A few weeks ago I filmed the intro to this video, and today I want to share with you a few things I do to make my filming process with a drone a bit easier. So firstly, I'll go and check out some maps online. There are 3 that I go to: Google Maps, a local council map, and then AirShare. So firstly, when I check out Google Maps, especially when I'm flying somewhere I've never been before, it's really helpful to check out the terrain and see if there's going to be any hazards like trees or buildings that may need to account for. Second one is AirShare. I use this app simply just to work out where I can fly and see if there's any restrictions and see if I need to get consent before I fly anywhere. And then thirdly, I check out local council map. If I'm flying somewhere like a park or a beach, quite often there's information on that region's website explaining where I can fly. And if all of those are a pass, once I get permission from there, I can fly and move on to the next stage. Which is planning for the flight. Now, I don't mean plan the entire flight, but it is helpful to have a basic idea of what you want to record. A couple of weeks ago when I was planning my flight, I broke it down to 3 categories. I had a beginning, a middle and an end, and roughly I worked out I wanted some slow revealing shots, I then wanted some fast-paced close shots in the middle, and then I wanted to finish with an ending shot that was preferably pushing away or outwards. Now, having this basic frame rate in mind was really helpful when I got to the day of filming, because it meant I wasn't sitting there not knowing what to record. But also, sometimes it can be quite helpful to write down ideas of shots that you do want to record, because it's not always easy to work them out once you're there. There's so much happening. So as much as you can plan beforehand, and it will definitely help you on the day. When I start recording videos, it's so easy to spin off or turn the camera off before you finish properly getting the shot. And especially when I'm still flying the drone, I found it's easier just to count to 3 seconds in my head, and that way I know I've captured enough footage of the scene. So when you're pushing forward or doing a dramatic spin around an object and you're not sure how long to go, I found it really helpful just to count to 3 seconds in my head, and that way I know I've got enough and I'm covered when I'm editing the video. Now, when you are filming your videos, especially when you have a smaller drone, just the weather can change and it means you can't always fly. So a couple of weeks ago when I was filming my video, I ended up landing about halfway through the video shoot. Waited for the wind to die down a bit because it just got too strong. But after about 5 minutes, the weather eased off a bit and I was able to do more recording. Because it uses more power with stronger wind, I actually ended up getting more footage because I waited a few minutes for the weather to die down again. So just because when you are recording a scene doesn't mean you have to do it in one shoot. It is helpful to take breaks in between. Now, just because you've planned out your flight perfectly and you've maximised all the footage you could do, doesn't mean it's always going to work out. But if you know what type of terrain you're going to be flying of, plan out your trip so you know what type of footage you want to record the footage well, work around what the weather conditions are like, then that's going to give you a pretty good start for filming. I want to thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.